Again, what? Yeah, today. Mm. Hmm. Oh God.
Báyà ti mú ẹ o.
Which university? Which one? Leadership is necessary for the release of potential of people's systems. Good evening, all, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome. I'm going to have to mute all of us so we can get started right away. As a way to introduce the topic, honestly, I am too excited in my spirit. This is because last week we had a conversation. Sorry, I'm speaking like I'm speaking to family, like we know each other. I will introduce myself at some point. Last week, we talked about your mind as medicine, and we explained how just your mind has so much to do with turning off your body's innate ability to heal versus turning on your body's innate ability to heal. And I feel like it was such a good lecture because after that, so many people called. And then, just for us to have a conversation on your mind as medicine, what you do with your mind. We also spoke about the fact that if you anything you're thinking, you're actually secreting. I talked about the fact that if you're thinking of a sexual experience, you secrete stuff that makes you feel that way. If you think of a very sad experience, you may shed tears. If you think of a very funny situation in your life, you might start laughing. Like even me just saying the word funny, I'm laughing already. So I went there to use that as an introduction to lead into today's lecture. So once upon a time, we did a lecture on, we've always been doing the science of medicine. So this part of medicine, your mind as medicine, etc., is the art part of medicine. So, we say the science and art of medicine. So this side is actually the art of medicine. So this art of medicine, we talk about things like your mind as medicine, we talk about your environment, you talk about, those things. But the good news is that we always have science to back up our claims and etc. So I hope that over the week you were able to at least protect your mind, guide your mind, and actually redirect your mind to healing. So while preparing that lecture, I just realized that okay, some of you may prepare your mind, as medicine, redirect your thinking and fix your mind. But what if something is remaining? Because you know what? How your environment is actually affects your mind. So you may say, oh, okay, Dr. Susan, I'm going to go and change my mind and fix my mind on healing. But you will see there's a very popular quote, which I will use throughout my lecture today. This lecture will be done within 40 minutes. You'll see, and that quote says that you can never, ever, you can't heal in the same environment that broke you. So there's environment that created your sickness, environment that created your stress, environment that created your lack of sleep, environment that created the diabetes, environment that created the cancer, environment that created the anxiety, environment that created the tiredness, environment that created the arthritis, an environment that created the back pain. How are you going to be able to heal in the same position? It's not possible. So, yes, you can change your mind. Oh, I fixed my mind on healing, but your body is still in the physical environment and even spiritual environment of what got you sick in the first place. So, today we are going to talk a bit on how your very environment can heal you and how your environment can actually be removing things from your body, just the environment. So this, I always say that the lectures here are the things that you will not get. You go to hospital, the doctor is to give you drugs, and please, the doctor is not committing any sin because that is what we were taught. We were not taught anything more than that. So it's not that the doctor knows better. Well, most doctors anyway know better, and then they deliberately want to hurt you. No, there's something called treatment guidelines. There's monitoring parameter. We are bound by guidelines. So they always practice within that box of guidelines. So that being said, I want all of us today to pay attention to today's lecture and then like add it up to what we learned last week, which was how can your mind heal you? And then now once you add your environment as a healing tool on top of your mind, it's going to be very tough for any sickness to come into your life. And then for those of you who are already healthy, just take it that you will enjoy graceful aging. Take it that you will enjoy the fruit of your labor. I read it somewhere that McDonald's, the burger company, started McDonald's around the age 70. He was a diabetic, etc. So guess what? Big things can happen in old age. There's another very famous person in Lagos who started a university in his old age. And I think he's about 90 years old now. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. I may never even be able to pronounce the name, but it's a big university, one of the best university, even in terms of medical school. And the person started. So preserve your health for those of you who already have health. But for those of you who have one or two things, I want you to add these little things to all that you're already using to keep your health. And just for being on this lecture, I want to use this opportunity to really commend you, because you can't be here if you're already not doing something. So I really commend your effort. And me, the only thing I can do is always to pray for you and ask God that if you add one, let God add 9 so that you start at 10 over 10 in terms of health improvement. It's my joy and happiness. It's what God put me on this earth to do, is to see that you are well so that you will be more available for service for humanity, service to yourself, to your family, and service for God. So my own part is just to do this little contribution. You're the one that have the bulk of the work. So I want to commend your effort, and God will continue to strengthen you. That's my real hard prayer. So that being said, let me just quickly jump on the lecture, and then I'll share my screen. Hopefully, the internet and everything will behave well today, and then we'll take it from there. Alrighty. So this is me trying to share my screen. Hang on one second. Just a sec. Perfect. Okay.
Doctor, you're muted.
Oh, my mute. Okay, maybe other persons, but not me. Okay, mute all. Yes. Okay, so I'm muting all. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Perfecto. Alrighty. Finally, right? Okay. Okay, so once again, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. My name is Dr. Susanna. My background for the purpose of this presentation is that I have a background in preventive and promotional medicine. Actually, I hold a master's degree in preventive and promotional medicine. So besides that, I have a lot of experience in preventive medicine and lifestyle medicine. And how that really happened is they say charity begins at home. My parents got to a point where they have to use a lot of drugs, and I realized that the drugs were not bringing them up. If anything, it was too many drugs, and I was not seeing improvement. So, in trying to see what else can I add to make them well, I discovered my passion in lifestyle medicine. But the other good news is that when we were registered in Nigeria, we were mandated to track the lifestyle medicine, the lifestyle that is healing Nigerians, and then submit it and all of that. So in process of tracking, we ended up knowing what is healing us in Nigeria. Outside of this platform, most of the things you're going to see is going to be on the internet. It's done in other countries. I don't know whether it works for the Black population. So there are so many clinical trials out there, but they were not done in Nigeria. So lots of what I share on this platform is from patient experience for almost the past 7 to 10 years in Nigeria alone, and then additional 10 years or so prior to even coming back to Nigeria. So it's a lot of experience in the space of practicing only one thing, which is lifestyle medicine. How can our very lifestyle heal us? How can we restore our body's innate ability to heal itself so that we are not even sick in the first place? And then, even if you're already sick a bit, what can you do so that this sickness can either halt, get out, or get better? Just anything. And then the last is that what is our own contribution to healthcare? You can't just sit there, do absolutely nothing, and think that there's one insurance and a doctor waiting to rescue you. It doesn't always work. So this is us doing our part to ensure that we stay healthy, and that's why we all show up on this lecture. On Wednesdays, we also do fasting, and then we eat after 5 or 6 p.m. we prefer to eat maybe fruits, vegetable, something light, just to celebrate our health, activate autophagy. So that's a Wellness Wednesday. So back to the lecture. Once again, is your environment hurting or healing you? It's a simple question. And now you'll be so, oh my God, this is such a beautiful lecture. This is my name and my background. Okay, so the objective of this lecture is to help us understand.
Doctor, please, your slide is not showing.
Again?
You're not showing it, please.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Screen, start broadcasting. Okay, let's see. Is it showing now?
Yes, it is.
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you so much for that. Let me mute. Okie dokie. Alrighty. Okay. So once again, today's lecture is your environment hurting or healing you? I started this lecture by referring us to last week's lecture, which was your mind as medicine, and all this environment as medicine. Mind that is actually the art part. We did a lecture on the science and art of medicine. This is the art part of medicine. And it's a type of medicine that naturally the doctor is not going to write a prescription and say, this your arthritis. For you to be well faster, go and declutter your room. Get rid of clothes. Thank God this is Christmas. Just declutter your life and it will heal you. You're not going to get this form of prescription directly. That's because they're specializing in other things. I specialize in lifestyle medicine, and that's why I'm preaching this. So the objective of this lecture is actually to help you understand how your very environment, where you're sitting right now, shapes your physiology, your mental health, your hormone, your immune system, okay, and overall quality of life, and how to transform your surrounding into a healing space. So we are actually going to teach today, I said 40 minutes lecture, how you're going to transform your space. Please, even if it's just to buy a plant, a green plant, and add it to your house. After this lecture, this is not a hearing lecture, this is a doing lecture. You have to add something or deliberately create a healing environment for yourself. So let's see. Okay, so this is a famous quote that I will use almost throughout the lecture. So I want you to have this in your mind. You can't heal in the same environment that broke you. Let me repeat, you cannot heal. I mean, when we talk heal, we're talking complete healing, not patching up symptoms on some prescription drugs or whatever. No, that's not healing. We are talking complete healing, like gone. Okay, it's not possible. So you can't heal in a same environment that broke you. So it's a very popular saying amongst us in the space of healing work. So we always try to change the client's environment, either mentally, physically, etc. So you'll see it throughout. But just remember that if a certain environment created arthritis, if you don't change that environment, even if it's just the chair that you change, or the pillow that you change, or the bed, or whatever, you have to just change something at home. And thank God it's end of the year. I want you a rebranded new person. I am personally undergoing a transformation myself. I'm still a human being. It's called Project. I won't tell you the name of the project. Okay, I'll tell you later. The point is that because your body transforms completely in 90 days. So between the 14th of November, after my birthday was on the 9th. I want to thank you so much for making me feel so loved and treasured. And in fact, I felt happy to be on earth because of you. So on the 14th of November to 14th of February, your body will change in 90 days. So even if you come to Dr. Physique, we always say, take 90 days. Even your red blood cells, everything will change in 90 days. So I want us to take this challenge with me in the next 90 days. That means by November 14th, February 14th, when everybody's celebrating love, 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 can you celebrate love your body? Can you celebrate love your health with me? So let's take the challenge. Even if these small, small things, track how you are today and then have a projection for what your numbers, your physique, everything will be 14th of November. And if you have a testimony, we will share and we will celebrate your body. So that's the project that I am also working on. All right. So my challenge is that for every year I get older, can I even look like 3 years younger the next year? So whatever, we'll see. It's just fun, and thank God I'm healthy enough to do one or two things. And that's where I'm trying to get to. So, introduction. Every single day, your environment either pushes you towards health or pulls you away from it. Your environment. Modern science shows that up to 70 to 80%, it's about 80% of chronic diseases are influenced by not just by genetics, but by your environment and lifestyle. So this makes your environment one of the biggest determinant of your wellness or well-being. Your surroundings shapes your brain, shapes your hormones, shapes your metabolism, shapes your immunity, shapes it shapes everything. So that is that. And let's just look at the lecture and you see. So one question I always ask people when I was seated and consulting is because we got too big as a company, I just realized, let me be doing this part. And then the doctors will do the other part in the clinic and stuff. Let me do this one very, very well. I usually ask the client, how toxic is your home? How toxic is your home? Because a toxic home will keep you sick. Toxic in terms of the people there, toxic in terms of, you will see now. So, how toxic is your home? So, we are talking about your environment as a healer. So, the question is, what is the environment? So, your environment is an ecosystem of the air, water, sound, light, relationship, habits, even invisible stressor. These are the environment that we are talking about. So when we are saying environment can the air around you, the water, the sound. So even if you cannot do something about all of them, you can do something about some of them deliberately, and I'll show you. So when you're talking about environment, there are different forms. So we are talking about the physical environment is there, your social environment is there, your emotional environment, even digital environment, and your lifestyle. So all of these can influence chronic disease by up to 80%. Once again, you cannot heal in the same environment that broke you. Now, you may be in a house and the husband or the wife or whoever is always angry. What makes you think that her office or where she's working, if you look at the curtains, their holes is torn. Some people just have what they call office way back when. And you can see the lamp is leaning against the wall, the clock is off. You're gonna be edgy and you don't know why. Meanwhile, you're fighting and your children are like, I'm tired of the screaming, etc. So as I'm talking to you right now, what does even your office where you're working, what does it look like? What does your office look like? What does your bedroom look like? What does your living room look like? All of this can contribute to bad health, chronic diseases. How? I'm going to show you. So environmental wellness model, it says environmental wellness refers to deliberately creating, one, maintaining and living in a space that supports your physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being. So I'm sure by now some people are like, my house is pretty neat, this and that. Just wait for it. It's coming. Okay. It combines energy, safety, comfort, even positive stimulation. Do you have a positive stimulator in your house deliberately for health? Could it be a music? Could it be a plant? Could it be light? Could it be like classical music in the background? Could it be like deliberate positive stimulator? It could just be a picture frame. Like in my house, I bought this picture frame of plenty children laughing. They're just laughing like, in fact, when you just look at the picture, you too, you start laughing because how they laughed. It's like many children over laughing. I like artwork actually. I had more time. I used to like going to art galleries and just admire like creativity and what comes out of people's head. So now look at this woman. It's possible that this is her house. There's a green plant. The environment is mostly white, like Dr. Physic environment. You know, Dr. Physic color is deliberately green, white, all the healing colors. It's very deliberate. Everything is deliberate in the Dr. Physic clinic, and you can copy that environment. Now, a very short story. I went to, we had an event. One of our staff got married, so we had to go to Jos. So the place they prepared for me and everything is a suite with another small room where either my assistant or the driver could stay. So when I entered this massive room, I just stopped and I was like, I can't sleep in this room. Big brown chair, big brown, all the colors that doesn't have life. And expensive stuff, but not a bedroom. Then I now walked out of that place, and as I was stepping out, I saw another tiny room within the suite. I was like, oh, this is so nice. So I realized that that tiny room is where I'm going to sleep. So I told them, they said, no, this one is for your driver, your aide, your whatever. I said, don't worry. So I called Francis. Francis is actually my nephew. He's my weekend driver. I keep him close so that I can be putting good things in his head. You know, the youth, sometimes people need to be programming it. So he's actually our production manager, but on the weekend, he's my driver. So I told Francis, come and see something. As soon as he enters this bedroom, the first thing he did, he removed his shoe. This type of room, because in his life, I'm sure he has not entered that kind of room before. And I said, Francis, you're going to sleep in this room. He said, no, he cannot sleep. Oh, that. Make a long story short, he now said, where are you going to sleep? I told him, no, I've already picked another room that I'm going to sleep. Of course, if I told him I'm sleeping in the other room, immediately he took out his picture, started taking selfie. He was so happy. I told him to move my thing to that small room. He said, why? I said, don't worry, just put it there first. I locked the door. He had no choice, but he slept there. The point is, learn from me. I would protect even to where I sleep, because it makes such a difference for healing. And then while I'm on this page, in the morning, buy this light that has yellow and white. Change your bulbs. So in the morning, you turn on the white one. It resets your melatonin and your whole endocrine system. And then in the night, don't keep the whitest light on. Use your what they call warm light, because that warm light mimics the sun. Mimics the moon, etc. If you have a little bit more money, you can get fancy, but you can deliberately, impeccably create an environment that supports your circadian rhythm and support your healing. So, and then your room, you should have a window where every single day you should be able to see sunlight, etc. These are all unspoken contributors to healing. Not that one of them, a medical doctor who was suffering from depression. If you've read the book Everything Heals, he gave me permission to use this story. Of course, he gave me permission to use it in the book. He changed his curtain to black, and he stayed in that dark room until his depression was complete, to a point of suicide. He was a doctor. And one of the things we did to bring him out of depression was actually to change the room, change the curtains. I didn't capture that part in the book, but we use placebo. Remember yesterday or last week, we talked about your mind as medicine. We use placebo to bring this medical doctor out of and depression. And what was the placebo? I used multivitamins, and he'll read a chapter in a book, and the book is the name of the book is Happy for No Reason, when he comes to the clinic, and The Magic of Believing. Two books, The Magic of Believing and Happy for No Reason. So when he comes, he will take that tablet, okay, thinking that he's taking a natural antidepressant, a depressant. He'll read a chapter in that book, until one day he comes, he says, I would like to work. I said, oh God, I hope not here. And he said, I'd like to work here. I was like, oh God, what am I going to do? But to God be the glory, I found someone who gave him a job. And today he's a very, very successful physician that he originally intended to be. So he is one of the persons that I have known that just your environment. So his prescription was every morning he would take the vitamin I gave him, which I called it natural antidepressant. He has to take it under the sun. So that forces him to go outside and see the sun. And then like that. So like that. So now I just made some example of pictures of healing environment. So this is, if you go to Dr. Physique Abuja, our VIP room is just like this. If you notice, the wall is like the window. We have plants on the window. It's like a healing room. I have so many of our clients, when they enter the room, they say, Dr. Susan, can you help me create this in my house? I'm like, I'm not a designer, but you can just take pictures and ask somebody. So you can have a healing space in your house, but it should be deliberate. See the plants, the outside and everything. This is a bedroom. So why all this green plant is that it takes in your dirty air, your CO2, and gives you refreshing oxygen. And we know the health benefit of oxygen. So if you can have a green plant, lately they're becoming very expensive. You have a few outside, you'll be rotating, bringing them inside. It really helps. If you look at the color on the wall, it's green like that. Look at this other bedroom. Just by looking outside, you see flowers, you see sunlight. This is somebody that is living in an apartment. I believe this is New York, because there's no space. That's why you can see the other wall over there. So, but the person still, why I chose this one is to show you that no matter how tiny your space is, you can deliberately create it to be a healing environment. See your bathroom. You can have plants. So while you're brushing your teeth, the bathroom should be white. I don't know why they make black tiles. It should be refreshing. And so it's just the deliberateness. If black heals you, by all means. I will use this opportunity. I went to a client's house to do an assessment. And what I saw in that house, I was not happy. Every picture that this woman had in her house, they were all pictures of dead people. Who is this? Oh, this is my grandmother that died, my auntie that died, my this one that died, my father that. Do you believe me? And of course, I speak into God all the time. There was no picture of a living human being. What the heck? So I was like, why won't you people be having chronic medical condition from one to another? So yes, it's okay to keep a picture of loved one, that passed, But for me, I think it is not okay if I count 11 pictures in your house and completely 11 pictures. Not even her picture was there. It's people that died. What is that? There's something called the law of attraction. You will attract what you see. You keep a healing environment, you will attract healing, especially if it is deliberate. You keep pictures of dead people, very soon you must meet them face to face. You'll be having communication with them whether you know it or not. So buy a picture frame that stands for healing and put it where your face is facing. And when you look at it, you just be reminded, because you know what? Uh, anyway, look at like this simple workspace. Behind is just a healing environment. Um, you can see this one, you know, the plant is mostly because they give out, they have good energy. Plant has very good energy. And you know, plants communicate. There are some plants that you can touch it, it will sleep, and you leave it alone, it will wake up. Plant has a lot of good energy, but for the purpose of this class, why I'm preaching plant is that it gives out oxygen, it cleans the environment. And then for the fact that you put a plant there, it will give you life, because something you have to water. So if you water a plant, won't you water your life? You will water your life. So that is why, like, I'm just bringing the obvious, easy things so that we can start doing. Okay, look at this one. This person is given a very tiny space. For your information, whenever you have an opportunity, place your desk where you can have a window, if you can. But if you don't have a window that you can place your desk, put a picture frame that looks like a window, or a healing environment, so that what you face all the time you will attract. And someone even taught me that if you're always facing a wall, you will always face a wall. Like, you meet a wall, like there's always a roadblock. So, there's a lot of things in the space of energy medicine. Energy medicine is not my strongest point, but trust me, when you're in this our work and you apply one or two things that you just run into, you now see that they actually really work. So energy medicine is about deliberately living your life so that you have the highest positive creative energy. So that's what energy and also healing. It's not my thing, so I'm not going to overly dwell on energy medicine, but I'll tell you, if you keep a really good environment, you'll be happy. So don't face the wall if you can, but if you must face a wall, put a picture frame that maybe you can do your vision board. So a vision board, even if you do just a vision board, put something healing there so that your mind can always take you to healing. This guy has tried, I believe, whether this one is radio to play classical music and there's a plant. I don't know. The guy is just trying, but it's just all effort. The most important thing is that if you don't know, now you know. Okay. Or if you didn't know, now you know. Going forward, how your environment affects your health. So I always say that I'll bring science to it. So clutter increases cortisol. So when you have clutter, for those of you that you just can't let go, let me tell you, this is how I learned to let go. I'm a minimalist at core. And I remember I came here with nothing. I will live with nothing. So whenever I remember that, you know what, it's just God that's giving life. All of the, but the problem I'm having is that anytime I give out all my things, within a day, the better version of those things find themselves back into my lives. Let me repeat. Anytime I declutter deliberately, I won't even close my eye and open. There was a time I said, I will never have more than 5 to 10 pairs of shoes, no matter what. I just closed my eye, pick, 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 pick. I said, I don't want to enter the room, pack all my shoes, give them away. Oh my goodness, I cannot tell you how many shoes I have, because as if my sister heard me, the next person that was coming in from the US, my sister sent a box of shoes, for crying out loud. I'm like, what the heck? So the point is, just give them away. Travel light, travel lean. All this over, hoarding of things is keeping you sick. I'm sorry. Declutter. Thank God this is coming handy in December. If you don't have who to give your things to, I support a lot of orphanage homes. I will help you. I support a lot of churches. I will help you. Pack it. I promise you, you will not see it on the body of Dr. Physics staff or myself. We will send it to where it is. But if you also have an orphanage or a church or whoever you support, like I know, like Family Worship Center, they're very big with widows. Yeah, you can drop it off for Pastor Sarah. She'll give her widows, like that. But don't be declutter, because it leaves high doses of cortisol. Last week, we learned that when you have high levels of cortisol, which is the stress hormone, you close your door to your innate ability to heal yourself. Anytime you're stressed, at that moment, you're not healing, because you just shut the door to healing. Stress closes the door to healing. Nature exposure increases serotonin. That's the feel good hormone. Remember, we've also learned here that serotonin is what they're using in the pharmaceutical industry to create a tablet, and the tablet is called antidepressant. People are taking antidepressant. Meanwhile, if you just bring in a little bit of nature, it can actually produce those serotonin drugs for you inside your body. Lighting will disrupt your whole endocrine system. Endocrine is the hormone regulating system. So your melatonin, exactly. Remember earlier I taught, change your bulb to the one that have warm light and light light. In the evening, deliberately force yourself to turn on the warm light to mimic the moon. And then in the morning, turn on the bright light, like that. So all these small, small things we can introduce into our lives. Noise pollution, it raises the heart and anxiety. How about effect on the immune system? Chronic stress, we know it will suppress your immune system. So I don't need to. Some people, you should, no matter how you're cleaning, an outsider coming to clean your house could see better. Because if you stay in your house, it's your house, you're used to it. So for those of you that can afford it, you can have a cleaning lady come in maybe once a week to take care of the mold, the dust, and then also you should have better ventilation. If you're not well ventilated, then it's not good. Your home. Social stress. Also, some people work in a place that the whole environment and the people they stress them, and then conflict environment. All of these contribute to weakening of your immune system. So remember, everything we do is to see how can we keep our health up and high. So here's how your environment affects your health. Okay, as I said before, it affects your hormones, your metabolism. Blue light. So I don't know, there's this blue light. There's a study that showed that when there's a blue light, either emitting from your socket, this way you charge your phone, or your phone screen, any blue light actually messes with the circadian rhythm. It will lead to weight gain, diabetes, and you don't rest very well. That one is a clinical trial that they did, and it's proven. It's all over. You can double check it. If you have, like in my house, there's a place that I may end up at night to stay there for long. There's a black tape I use and cover all the blue light. I must not see blue light. So that is it. High stress environment will increase your cortisol, belly fat, inflammation, etc. Also effect on emotional and mental health. So negative environment reduces motivation and productivity. It does. Let me give you something. If you sit down and you feel like, I need to leave my house to be calm, or I need to leave my house to think. I need to leave my house to be refreshed, you're living in the wrong place. Sorry. You need to find, even if it's a room or a spot, that even if you have to leave your house, you can go to that spot. So you can't, so I'm coming to that slide now. So elements of toxic environment, we've talked about a physical toxin, digital, emotional, and behavioral toxin. Environment of healing. So I think this is what you really need to pay attention to. Pay attention, clean and pure air. I've talked about ventilation and plants. I've talked about integrate nature, bring in plants again, light and earthy colors, not depressing colors. So, we as Black people, we like brown color, but you play with brown color. You can make it, okay. Another time I traveled and they put me in executive room, because I like executive room, because if I travel with somebody, if they come, they can see me on the other side without seeing where I sleep on my bed. Oh my God, I was about to check out of that hotel. When I was walking down the hall corridor, I saw another room. I saw lemon-colored sofa, a white stool, obviously white bed. I was like, oh, what of that room? They say, no, this one is a very small room or this. I said, no, this is where I'm sleeping. So the room is like 4 times cheaper than the executive room that they wanted to put me inside. Now, because I'm very protective of my healing environment and I want you to get there too. Okay, another thing you should learn, these are takeaways. Calm and order, declutter as therapy. So you clear your desk, be a minimalist. I promise you, you cannot be a minimalist, but just try. Have an organized environment. Sound healing, like you can deliberately buy an MP3, this player stuff, and just have a calm music in the background. I know that we've not done that in the Lagos office, but in the Abuja office, we put surround sound and small good music will be oozing out everywhere. It's deliberately therapeutic for people that visit our place. Safe social environment, your companion, compassion, respect, supportive people should be around you. So if you don't have supportive people, Bele, or Ekele, I don't know. I'm learning my Yoruba small. Digital discipline. We've done digital discipline on this platform. We learned that if your phone wants to destroy your life, keep it in another room. You wake up and see it where you stopped. So don't take your phone to your bed ever, please, because people are just, in fact, I cannot talk on this one now. Wellness infrastructure, deliberately have where water is near you, healthy food, sleep-friendly room, like the rooms I showed you. When you can go out to a park, just be in environment. I wanted to teach you colors that heal. So if you notice, most of these are Dr. Physic color. If you notice, our form of green is this color, this particular green. They have different greens, but this is it's a support balance, harmony, love, communication, social, nature, acceptance. This is the main Dr. Physic color, surrounded by white. Then we also have a bit of red, a touch of red. That is our in branding, they call it brand profile or something. Red increases physical energy, vitality, stamina, grounding, etc. Then we have orange, we have yellow. Yellow increases fun, humor. So all these are nice color, but no color beats white, which is the color of light, the color of life. So if you support a whitish environment with any of these, and your red should be a touch over red, it's not working very well for my people. So just a touch of red is okay, here and there. Okay, so here's the final concluding slide. How do you transform your environment? Well, I've said it already. In your home, declutter, introduce natural things. In your environment, set boundaries. Me, when I wake up in the morning, the last thing I will do is to touch my phone. If I touch my phone in my day, that day is not the same. I cannot touch my phone as soon as I wake up. Because you go and see one message that will just redirect your day to where you did not want it. I can't touch my phone. In fact, before, when I was more consistent with my work schedule, I touch my phone when I'm in the car. So you wake up, you do your prayer and meditation, you do your Dr. Physic exercise, you focus your mind on what will I achieve today. You create the aura that you want to present. But if you come in scattered because you have opened a door to some drainage into your emotional energy, then you come to office, people are like, madam, sir, are you okay? Did you sleep well? They will start complimenting you. Well, you look tired. Tired for what? So set boundaries, limit access to toxic people if you can, join supportive communities, just like this Dr. Physic community or church community or Muslim community or any type of community, but it should be supportive. Surround yourself with solution-oriented individuals. Workplace environment, clean your desk, get a better chair, walk breaks, etc. Digital, make like if you click on anything, if you click on something funny, they will keep sending you funny things. If you click on something wealth building, they will keep sending you bill. So they have done, we talked about this thing on this platform also, how there's a whole some people are waiting somewhere to just mess you up by just your clicks. Anything you click, they say, "Oh, she likes it. We'll give her more. We'll give him more." So here is a small homework for you. The question is: Is your environment hurting you? These are the signs. If your environment is hurting you, you feel tired in your own home or office. I need a break, and then you leave your house. You may need to do something. Frequent headaches, you may need to do something. Unexplained allergies, it could just like my auntie, she changed her pillow from this, this pillow that when you sleep, it will form the shape of your body. Hey, I always say in Dr. Physic, listen to your body will tell you what it needs. While that is the best pillow in the whole world, including for me, it could be an allergen to another person. So you listen, your body will ever tell you what it needs more than anybody or anything, even more than me. Listen to your body first. Difficulty sleeping, you may need a change of environment. Anxiety, irritability that is consistent, you may need a change of environment. Lack of concentration, you may need a letter. Reduced productivity, you may need to just move things around. Go and buy an extra cabinet. Move things around. But the only thing I'm begging of you is that after this lecture, something must change in your environment to promote healing. And emotional exhaustion, you may need this thing. So these are the signs that your healing is just the opposite of that. So if you feel calm, you can't wait to go back to your house or office, you're there. When you get home, your productivity increases, you're there. When your sleep quality is way better than any other place you sleep in the whole world, you're there. But if you need to go somewhere to sleep better, we need to have a conversation. Creativity flows, you're there. Positive energy, inspiration, you're there. More happiness and gratitude, you're there. So these are the things that you watch out for. So I want you people to be like this. I have a bike, I ride it. If some people go to the mall and the malls now, they want you to come and finish your money, and they know that some of our houses may not have a healing environment. So they create it in the mall. You find yourself like, let me just go and sit down in Jabi Lake Mall. Let me just go and sit down. You don't know why you're sitting there. It's because it's not in your house. So the more people said, we will create whatever will bring them here to finish their money. So you can create it even in the littlest way. So that's the end of my lecture. But, this is Dr. Physic lecture. So we can't go home without a simple reminder that you need to rest. Please rest. Rest and leave your problems to God. Whether even if it's hurting you, just rest. Because at least if you rest, you'll be reducing at least the sickness part of it, or even preventing for those of you that don't have it. So rest or you'll be rested. Trust me, you will be rested. A lot of people are rested. Today is a very heavy day for me because the person who fought to make sure that Dr. Physique is registered as an integrative medicine center in this Nigeria, showed me everything, stood by me, has rested. Has rested already. Oh God, hang on. Has rested. So I want all of us to please rest. Do rest as medicine. Do your water as medicine. Do your food as medicine. I cut it off because I want to stop here because I promised myself I will be done with this lecture before 9 p.m. I don't even know what time it is, but I have to. Yes, I succeeded. So I want to stop there. If there's any question, we will take it, but don't forget re-own. Re-own means rest as medicine, your environment as medicine, oxygen as medicine, water. Drink water so you can be flushing out toxins, transporting nutrients, and nutrition, and then E, exercise as medicine, and D, detoxification as medicine. So I will maybe another day I'll just take up that sector for those of you that are just joining newly. But I want you to promise that you will change your environment starting today. So thank you so much for your time. I'll take one or two comments, encouragement. If you've learned anything, maybe outright questions, this is your time. Thank you so much. Thank you for staying to the end. And then for the YouTube people, please, someone should also pass on. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Alrighty, so we are here.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, sir. Okay, thank you so much. So if I hope the lecture helped. I hope you will buy a piece of frame. I hope you will bring in a plant. I hope you will declutter. I hope any one of these things, just remember that when you take any one of these moves, it will actually also improve your mind as medicine lecture, which we learned, which we studied last week. So that is it. Okay, somebody has a question. There's a hand up. So please go ahead, please.
Okay. First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Pastor Rex Hagen I from Abuja.
Hello, sir.
Good evening, madam. How are
It's
you?
good to hear from you from Abuja. I miss Abuja.
So pleased to be on your platform this night.
Thank you, sir.
I apologize. I came in late. I didn't quite get the notification on time, but as soon as I saw it, I jumped up and thank God I caught you towards the end.
Thank you, sir.
My catch here is on listening to your body. To me, that has been, I would say, a take home, and it has been an advice you gave me from day one, and it has helped me up until this moment.
Thank you, sir.
Listen to your body. Listening to your body is so critical and so important, as you had said it from day one, and it is still very vital in the life of every individual, because many times the things people would want to perhaps follow others to do or say or maybe imbibe may not just be what their body is requiring.
Yes, sir.
So, but if you listen to your body will definitely speak to you and tell you exactly what you require per time. You need
100%.
rest, your body will tell you. So
Yes, sir.
that, and I love the way you ended it, that where you need rest and your body tells you to rest and you refuse to rest, you will be put to rest.
That is
And
it.
that's very important. So
So
thank you
thank
very much,
you.
and
God bless
I
you,
hope,
sir.
yeah,
Thank you
I
so
want to
much.
pray that God will continue to uphold you
Thank you.
and strengthen you on this path of natural healing that you have inculcated in a lot of us and is actually helping, and may it continue to help and work loudly. Thank you. I
Amen.
appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. My regards to your family, wife, your daughter, abroad,
Yeah,
everybody. Please, my
yeah,
regards.
so
Please tell Abuja people I'm still part of you, but Lagos is trying to take over.
we
Yes.
that's all right.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming. Okay. All righty. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Susan.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I feel very grateful to you for this lecture. And while you were delivering the lecture, I became emotional for
Oh,
just one reason, that we are living in a country where the government is not bothered about what is happening to us as the citizens. I'm sorry to say that.
it's okay. It's okay.
In our environment here, we have a lot of things that have become poisonous to us. Imagine after you building your own house where you stay, somebody else will come and buy a plot of land next to you and turn it to a hotel. And after building the hotel, then they play disco music almost 4 or 5 times in a week. You
Ah,
complain and complain and complain, you will be tired. You go to the government, they will not do anything because you must have gone there to give some naira notes to them.
bribery. Yes.
And then even when you are driving on a highway, you find these trucks oozing out black smokes that you cannot avoid, because if you decide to roll up and put on your AC, after some time you will be suffocated in your vehicle.
Yes, sir.
So in such situations, what do we do? What can we do?
Ah, this is called the $1 million question. And first of all, as I always say, I will ever pray for you. That's the first thing. But the what I'm thinking is that it's tough. The one you've presented, you built a house. It's not a something like maybe you were renting, you just get another rent. It's a very tough one. And why the government is not cooperating with citizens in first world country, they are now competing for the most healthy state within the United States or within Germany. And there are countries that present themselves as a state that provides healing environment. I mean, you'll be arrested for that black. I've been a victim of that black poof thingy where I was like, okay, let me wind down and get fresh air. Then all of a sudden, this black thing will come and I'll wind up is already stuck inside, etc. So what can you do? Number one is, sir, honestly, I don't know what you can do. You can sell your house and move out. That is number one. It's a tough one, but you have to value life over things and your health. You can have a vacation home. I don't know, but it's a very tough one that you have presented to me, and I just have to overly think about it. But for government, currently, government cooperation to ensure healing space for the average citizen, not to talk of any other citizen. So that one is not on the agenda for now. So, I don't know what we can do. Maybe you will tell me later. I'm sorry. This is the only question I cannot answer directly. But I would advise do the part that you can do. Take some breaks, maybe rent that particular house, maybe move to another, because you can just get stuck there. I know it's hard. And then the pollution of living next to a hotel will now cut your life into half. I'm so sorry. So we can brainstorm together later. What can we come up with? Just we'll put it aside for now. I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Honestly, I feel bad. I hope it doesn't happen to another person.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
Provide a new answer to that. You see, like, there's also going under trees for a detox. Just if some hours of the day or maybe once in a week, you can go under some flowery trees and just stay there for some hours to exchange maybe toxic air you've taken in before for some fresh air.
Oxygen. Yes, sir.
That is also one way, at least, you can rejuvenate the body that has been poisoned. Maybe
100%. Yes, 100% correct. And I think if you what he has just shared is that if you're trying to arrange your life for healing environment, you can deliberately schedule one day a week. I will be with nature. I will sit under the tree. But the whole idea why he's saying this is that it's gotta be deliberate, because if you don't deliberately bring it into your schedule, it will not happen. But I want to tell you that your environment can heal you. It can. If people suffering from arthritis, especially, is because you stay stressed because the environment is stressing you, and because of that, the body stays inflamed. And once the body stays inflamed, the arthritis, the spondylosis, all those pains, they will not go. God forbid, cancer is even the worst. A stressful environment actually accelerates the growth of cancer. You understand? So thank you so much for sharing
no,
that.
yes. Otherwise, you know, if you live occasionally, I pity those around Akoka Yaba area. If you are moving in the afternoon, the stench that you will breathe, and there are people that live around those areas. I come to Benin, for instance. There's somebody who manufactures rubber products, you know, processes lump and all that in a very highly densely populated environment, with the stench also coming out and all that. And I just wonder, since we don't have a government and all that, so one needs to create, you know, an environment for him or herself. If you can get, there are some plants that can grow inside the house. If you can also get that, try to identify some of those plants. They will also help to absorb some of it, because an air that is highly polluted with that kind of stench have very high organic compounds, and where that is, there's no oxygen. Yes, and so you must. It's actually very terrible. So, like the gutter around Akoka, Yaba, all those areas, can't we get it cleaned? Can't occasionally, you know, people come out and then just wash them. Why we are trying to do this might help to sway some citizens. You don't just sit down and then allow your environment to degenerate to a level where it begins otherwise, because everybody will be worse for it. So these are
some tips that we can do. So thank you so much. There was a place that when I was trying to find a place to stay in Lagos, there was a very beautiful place, but the gutter was so disgusting. And I was like, you know what? It's either I get my own money, use people and clean out this area and take the house, or I leave completely. So I think there's this over dependence on the community, and government should do it for us. We are the first community and we are the first government. Just like in terms of your health, I keep preaching, don't wait and do nothing and say, oh, I have insurance with airlifting. Before they airlift you, in fact, it will be faster to downlift you. It's still airlifting, but it's 6 foot under, God forbid. So let's see what we can do, like you said, in our own personal space, deliberately creating those environments, and then maybe in your estate meeting talking about, maybe in your estate meeting, you can bring up this idea of, can we plant a tree, or can we deliberately make our estate a healing environment? Just, you never know. It can go far. So we have to create that environment. But the takeaway from this conversation is that it should be deliberate. It should be deliberate, or it will not happen. Thank you so much, sir, for your contribution. One last thing. Somebody asked about menopause. Menopause is not part of today's lecture. However, at 47, menopause can come. It can come at 30 something. I have 29-year-old menopause. I have 30 something year old, 40 something menopause can come. There are food that actually decrease the onset of the menopausal syndromes, such as the hot flashes and that bad side of menopause. So, first of all, eating healthy, but there's something called black cohosh. I don't know whether they have it in Nigeria. I know yeah, they should, because we have it in our center. Black cohosh and some mushrooms, etc. So maybe you text me and I'll see what I can recommend for you. You can also do evening primrose. So evening primrose, black cohosh, ashwagandha. So those three, there's no way to not help you. Those three, there's just no way. It may not. I'm not saying to cure it. It could just outrightly get rid of it. But those three, ashwagandha, black cohosh, and which I mentioned three things. So if you can use those three, it will help you. Or you can text me later.
Prime night rose.
Evening primrose, yes. Evening primrose, yes. Even myself, I've started taking evening primrose for no reason. I don't even want to. I take everything I recommend. Yeah.
Hello, Doctor. Good evening. I think one important takeaway on this lecture is that, like everybody talking about Nigeria, go to road, go to this and this. I think what you said is very important, that anything that makes you not to stay in your house, you should try to correct it. So all those things you are seeing at the Agegemu to road, this and this and this and this, you aim at going to your house. That when you get to your house, most of these things are provided. You made your house more comfortable with all these things given us now. Because the other major aspect of it is a national character. You may not be able to fix it as well, but the most important thing that get your house with all the tips you're giving to us, that if you are in go slow in Agege, you are hoping I'm getting home to go and relax. But if you are Agege and you are even afraid of going to your house, that's a double jeopardy. Yeah. So I think the most important thing that most of these tips you're giving to us now, let us try to put it in action, one way or the other. I know flour is important, it's a cheap something, it's just very simple you can do, but you make a little effort to do it. And your own room, how to aspect of the environmental problem is an national issue. If you want to face that one, it causes a lot of problem for us, because is Nigerian character about Nigerian development program is haphazard. But we can do something by ourselves, getting home and putting something that makes us comfortable in our house. I think that's one we can do that. The other one cannot handle it, but this one can do it.
So thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you. You've already said it all. It's like a recap for the lecture. Like, since we cannot get it outside, just like in this lecture, our whole thing here is one. What can we do? What is our own contribution to healthcare? So you can also ask, what's your own contribution to? Have you ever planted a tree? You can start somewhere. If you yourself on this platform, you've never planted a tree, then Why do you think even government no be human being? They may not even remember. It's not in their head. If you've never planted a tree, if you've not brought plants into your house and feel the difference, and then you're now in government, is that part of your brain even activated? It's not activated. You understand? So we do the best we can and we leave the rest to God. I know that if we just pick something small and God will do the rest for us. We just have to try. So thank you so much. I don't know if there's any question from the YouTube aspect of things. There's no question. So I want to thank you so much for your time. The best way to show that you love someone is by action. And I think that God loves you through me by even giving me the strength, the knowledge. I never run out of what to tell you. It cannot come from me, it's not from Susan. It's actually that God wants to use me to talk to you people directly and also talk to myself, because when you teach, you learn twice. So thank you for showing up, and don't forget to drink your water. Don't forget to rest. Don't forget your walk. Don't forget any of those. If we do it together, while you fix your environment and fix your mind, your body will heal itself. That's the objective, so that you can live longer and be able to serve yourself, serve God and humanity in a body that you enjoy living in a body that you enjoy living in. So have a good night. And God bless you. Thank you so much. Take care. See you on next
Night.
Wednesday.
God
Thank you,
Don't
bless.
Dr.
come alone.
Bye.
Susanna.
Don't
Thank
come
you.
alone. Don't come alone. Bring all your friends so that we can grow together as a community. God bless you. Good
And
night.
we're
Thank you so much.
meeting
God
you
bless
in
you too.
Abuja,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Susan. When are you coming to Abuja?
Um.
No, leave her
Oh.
alone in Lagos
We've
for a while.
Oh. You see,
I wonder.
don't
that's
Fine.
worry.
not fair.
Abuja is home. I will be there very soon. Thank you so much.
Abuja is hearing you from Lagos.
Sir?
No, we
Abuja is
want her
hearing you
here. We
from
want her
Lagos.
to come. We want to see her.
Ah.
Abuja, you had me for more than 7 years, so let Lagos have one full day
Ah,
now.
I
we're
One
not.
wonder.
year.
We can never have enough. So
Oh,
don't leave us, I beg.
okay, no wahala. You will see me very soon. Just for your sake, ma. I'll be there. Dr.
All
Nome,
right.
God bless you.
Okay.
Thank you for ever being
God
there.
bless
God
you,
bless
Mo.
you, doctor. All
Thank
right.
you
Good
very
Bless
much.
night.
you.